Hello and welcome back to a new Kerbal Space Program video, a new SSTO video, and a new video in the Bringing the Moon Closer mini-series. So we have a beautiful new SSTO ready on the runway, or actually already accelerating on the runway, and lifting off and heading into the sky. Pretty interesting design, I think. Well, interesting design actually. More a step back in time, more to the traditional SSTO designs that I've made 2 years ago, with the initial SSTO guide, how to land an SSTO, and so on and so forth videos. Quite a bit nostalgic towards those videos, and they're actually performing extraordinarily well on the channel compared to some other videos, which is kind of weird. But anyways, that's getting here off topic. So this is the last video, at least for the time being, in the Bringing the Moon Closer series. So it's a bit on the shorter side. However, I'm pretty sure we have a lot of interesting things to cover still. So pretty standard-ish. No, not actually standard-ish. I actually messed up the SSTO design. Ascend a tiny bit. We were too fast, too high, so we already had to ignite the closed cycle and the nuclear engines, well, primarily kind of the closed cycle, at 1200 meters per second instead of the usual 14, just over 1400 meters per second, which I usually try to aim for. But anyways, we have plenty of delta V. Speaking of delta V, we are obviously, since we're bringing the moon closer, kind of this mini-series, we're going to the moon. So here you can see planning a small maneuver node, since, we could obviously go without the maneuver, but I still decided to. Why not let's go with the maneuver, since there's actually no real reason why I did that. I just wanted to go for a maneuver. Anyways, long story short, we're burning at our maneuver node right now, going towards the moon. Yeah, and I think I can go now a tiny bit off topic. So, as I said earlier, this is the last episode in the Bringing the Moon Closer series, and probably you've already guessed that. We're going to the lately constructed space moon hub. I kind of tend to use a different name every time I bring up that space station, and of course I have not checked what it's actually called on the map screen. So yeah, but anyway, so this moon space hub, or moon gateway, or however I have called it previously, like the big space station around the moon. We're going there to visit it / to bring this SSTO to it. We'll obviously have enough fuel to return, but we're not going to return, since this SSTO will kind of mark the kind of the start of regular operations, one could say, of the space station, since we have, I think, one or two additional, we have a crew compartment and with like 1 or 2 additional Kerbals in it, but only one, there we go. So we have only one passenger Kerbal, but this has a pretty solid reason. By the way, we're just approaching the station here, and the reason is that we actually have a few Kerbals kind of more on the station than are able to fit into the command pod that is there right beneath the docking port where we are actually aiming to dock. So here we are now in the docking procedure. I skipped here a pretty solid chunk of footage, I think like half an hour or something. Yeah, by the way, the entire footage you've been watching up until now, and I think from here still is like 3 or 4 times regular speed, and that is just with this rather large space station. But the docking arms for the class for the Asteroid were actually rather wobbly, and summoning the Kraken, and because it's a rather large structure, the frame rate is also, let's say, on the low end. So if this is like 4 times regular speed, you can almost count the seconds. So it is pretty much like running at a third or something. So yeah, even though it is rather simple to do, in terms of in-game time, the real time takes quite a while. Anyways, getting off topic here. So with that actually now attached, we have enough crew capacity to, in theory, evacuate the station, and that's more or less the goal. And of course, bringing it obviously into the station to dock, as you can see here, and commence operations. And with that, like I said, bringing them in closer mini-series is more or less at an end. However, if you have a suggestion, for example, what other infrastructure or building or space station or anything can be added to it, please be sure to type it down in the comments below. I'm always very happy to receive all sorts of comments, and even more if they're actually contributing to the series. So on this note, thank you very, very much for watching, and stay tuned for the next mini-series. Until next time, Spaceship signing out.